Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be catching fairies and also unlocking the Zorana Skyview Tower. I'm over here in the Mount Lanayru Skyview Tower at the moment. There it is on the map. I'm gonna jettison my way up to the sky over here, into the island's archipelago, and orientate myself north. And doing so, I can see that small island over there. Again, I want to move myself to the north and glide towards it. When I was watching Mr. Anuma's gameplay demonstration, when he was in the Great Skylands, I noticed that there was a ferry that he went past. I never actually managed to find that ferry. The first ferry I found was over here in these islands, and I actually managed to find 3 over here, so that was quite useful. Now what I'm doing now is lighting this wood on fire. And the reason for that is I have this idea that fairies are attracted to the torchlight. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I do. And now, moving counterclockwise, I go towards this first ferry. The reason I'm moving counterclockwise is when you spawn onto this island, usually that ferry is the one that's closest to the ground, and then followed by this ferry over here. Now, this island's actually also quite good for cold safinas and also the winter wing butterflies, which are good material for heat resistance. So now I'm just waiting for this ferry to come closer, and I managed to get it there. And there's one more ferry that's right over there. And this was the winter wing butterfly that I mentioned earlier on, and the cold safina as well over here, which are good level 1 recipes for heat resistance. Now for this last ferry, I'm going to wait for him to come closer. The reason I don't want to move too close to him is my torch will set the grass around me on flame, alight. So I don't want to do that just yet because that will scare him off. These fairies are quite skittish and they will fly off quite easily, so I normally crouch walk near them. Walking very slowly also works, but it's a bit more risky, and running definitely just makes them fly away. So having a stealth armor may be helpful, but I found just crouching to be the most effective thing. I do wonder what other ways there are to attract fairies. I remember reading somewhere that someone said that if you hold other fairies in your hand, that will attract fairies around you to you, but that didn't work for me. Here I'm going to take my opportunity and grab it there. I also tried honey on a stick. Again, that didn't work, but if you have any other ways of attracting fairies, please let me know. Now, onto my next objective, I'm going to move over to the Zorana Skyview Tower. I'm going to use this mechanism over here, orientate it towards the glowing lights there in the background, and fly over. Now, I'm not going to have enough charge to reach it, so I'm going to use about 10 Zonai charges in my inventory, and also a energizing mushroom skewer, which will replenish 1 stamina wheel, and that should be enough to reach there. The reason I didn't use the glider is because the glider has a timer on it where after a while it will disappear, whereas this mechanism here lasts for a lot longer, so that's why I went with that. As you can see here now, these batteries that were attached to it are starting to run out. And now is probably a good time for me to recharge my battery here with the Zonai charges. Okay. You can probably see the small island. Feel free to make your way to that. I think there's some Zonai sentinels there that you can take out and get their loot, but I'm going to go straight ahead for the time being. Anyone that's played Breath of the Wild probably remembers that Zora's domain was initially always covered in rain, so getting to the domain was quite tricky because it would always be raining. So this time I've learnt from my mistake, and I'm going to try and get there through air. I'm going to go straight ahead. I'm aiming for that small island that you can see just ahead of me. I don't have enough stamina to reach it, so I'm going to go into my inventory in a second and eat an energizer mushroom. skewer. There we go, and that completely replenishes my stamina wheel, and that gives me enough stamina to reach that small island there. Okay, so the center of that island will give way as soon as I stand on it, so just be wary of that. And I'm going to read this text, and it says that it's in an ancient Hylian text that I cannot read at the moment, so it's probably linked to some sort of story progression. Be careful, don't get trapped on that pillar falling down, because you can't actually reverse time for this piece to get back up. So if you fall down, you'll have to walk the rest of the way to the sky tower, so be careful of that. Now, I'm going to make my way to the Zorana tower and orientate myself so that I'm facing this side of the tower, and the reason for that will become evident in a second. This is actually the back facing side of the tower. The reason I did that is so that I can pick up some of this splash fruit over here, which is going to be necessary to open the sliding doors of the tower. And the reason for that is because there's this purple mark all around the tower, and you can see this poor Zora's found himself stuck on it, so just throw some splash fruit on him to get rid of it. I think you can also use some blue chew jelly, that may also work as well. I think he has a quest linked to the Zora spear, but I'm not going to do that right now. For the time being, I'm just going to use some blue splash fruit to unlock the sliding doors. Activate the tower. And then blast myself up to activate another sky tower and collect map information. Okay, and that's Zora's domain, the linear area map updated. That's going to be it for another video. Thanks for watching.